How's it going, guys? I hope you are all having a fantastic day. I'm Viper and welcome to the channel. Now, because of the success that I had on the previous video about the guy throwing poo over people in trains and the fantastic support from you guys, welcome all you new subscribers to the channel. I'm going to be going forward with the channel. We're doing some more bizarre news stories like this video here, but don't worry, you gamers who are subscribed to the channel, I will be doing a Modern Warfare 3 Zombies video after I have completed this video. But for you new subscribers and a new look on the channel going forward, another bizarre story. This time it's coming at you from Western Australia, over in Perth, where a woman has paid £175 to have hamster stuffed as a pole dancing stripper. So as you can see there, this is over at the Metro. All footage, video, clips, everything used in this video are of fair use, and I am using them in an educational manner. Please don't copyright. But going forward, as you can see, let's get to it. So coming out of Western Australia, Perth, pets have a massively important part of our lives, with many treating them as our own siblings or children. When a beloved pet dies, there are many ways to memorise them, from having them cremated to getting a tattoo of them or keeping their collar. I did say memorise there. For you Americans who are finding my language and tone and accent just a little bit too thick. One less common way of keeping our pets in our lives is through the art of taxidermy, which preserves and stuffs the animal. But one pet owner has chosen a much less traditional pose for her beloved hamster. Picture's not loaded there, advert, good, don't want it to. Jessie Porter Langston, 27, was devastated when her Roborovsky dwarf hamster named Hamilton died last August, having him for 3 years. She wanted to do something special to immortalise him. So I found a local taxidermy artist to turn Hamilton, also known as Hammy, into a pole dancing stripper, and here he is, getting his rocks off, loving life. Well, loving death rather. He's got some little notes there. Here he is, in his full taxidermied glory, pink thong and all. Picture by Kennedy News and Media. This article is over on the Metro. This is a newspaper that comes out of Liverpool, I think, and Liverpool's like literally 20 miles away from where I live, over in Warren. So, Jessie's iconic pet is captured in all his glory, wearing a bright pink thong stuffed with dollar bills as he hustles for money, clinging onto a stripper pole. She keeps the taxidermy piece, which costs her £175, next to her bed. Give it that a bit. Jess, a music merchandiser, says the emotional support hamster helped her through her formative years as moving to London in her early 20s. London is an hectic place, I'll give you that. It's like one of the most expensive places in the country to live. Everything does cost more money down there. Like, I think if like you're on benefits, you get like an extra 20% than the rest of the country. Don't quote me on that, but you do get more money down there. It is pretty expensive down in the old capital of the UK. So she says she was blown away by the perfect creation, adding, I bought a hamster and that became my little project over the lockdown. I built them an enclosure out of recycled material and stuff. It was my hobby. He ended up living a real long time. Only got the hamster because they lived for 1 or 2 years, and that's all I could commit to, which is true. Hammy died on August 27, 2023, just shy of 3 years after I got him. He passed away in his sleep just of old age. A good way to go. Not like flying into a blender or something like some people's hamsters. Yes, don't look that up. There she is, giving the guy a little kiss when he was still around, loving life. Now he's loving death. He was a really big part of my formative life, especially... Oh, did I read that? Have we read that? Have we read that? But it's been reposted for some bad reason. I don't even know where the stripping hamster thing came from, but I thought, what is more iconic than a hamster on a stripper pole hustling for money? I was blown away. In my mind, like what? In my mind, I was preparing that something wouldn't be right, and I thought I was going to have to tell her to redo it and take my dead hamster apart again. So there he is, with his mummy. Jess called Hamilton an emotional support hamster. Pictured by Kennedy News and Media, and there's his little town, his little village, his little mansion he's got there. He was almost 3 years old when he died last August. He's got quite a setup there, like I'll. He's got quite a nice little house there, hasn't he? But when I saw it, I was gobsmacked, like, wow, this is beyond perfect. She did such a good job. I love the thong. She even sewed it out a little fabric. It's so good. I love his little smile as well. He's got this creepy little smile going on. Wow. It would be shocking if I ever brought anyone home I wouldn't know what to tell them. Everybody loves him. I pitched the idea to my friends first and asked them if it was morally questionable or a good idea, and everyone said I had to do it. He deserved it. So that's the story there from the Metro. Like I say, mental. But there is an even better one here over on the Mirror. Now, I might get copyright strike or copyright claimed or whatever, but we'll deal with that bridge when we come to it. Woman pays £175 on dead hamster stuffed and immortalised as a stripper. Now, I will go through this one a little bit quicker just in case I do get a copyright claim or strike on this. But if not, I know next time that I can use their content again. Well, it is their content. I'm just reading it to you guys because I thought it was quite an amusing little story here that I heard. Just like the poo one. Just like the poo one. Every pet owner should remember a much loved hamster by forking out £170 to have the dead rodent stuffed as a stripper dancing on a pole. The loss of a companion animal is a deeply personal and often unspoken grief. People often find comfort in having mementos to their animals, but one woman left people shocked when she opted to immortalise her iconic pet into a taxidermy sculpture wearing a bright pink thong onto a stripper pole and surrounded by dollar bills. And this is where we get the location from. She lives in Brighton, but she is out of Perth, West Australia. It does get into that a little bit further on through this article. Jess Porter Langston, who lives in Brighton, Essex, lost her Robrowski Dwarf Hamster Hamilton, known as Hammy, in August last year, but decided to do something special to remember him. The 27-year-old opted to immortalise her pet hustling for money as a stripper and found a local taxidermy artist to fulfil her wishes. The music merchandiser says the emotional sport hamster helped her through the formative years. Now, we did read that. And Jess was blown away by the perfect creation and now lives next to her bed to watch over her. You know all these rubbish adverts. I don't recommend you click on them, especially not on your PC. Get rid of that. So there he is in all his glory. Oh, look, we've got a little back shot there as well. A little back shot of the little boy there, loving death. Speaking about her decision, Jeff explains, I brought a hamster that became my little project over lockdown, blah, blah, blah. We read that. Ended up living a really long time. I only got the hamster because I want to live 2 years. So this is basically saying the same stuff. Not going to read all that to you again. Gobsmacked. I love his little smile as well. Creepy, blah, 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 blah. Taxidermy Buell said, it was such a pleasure meeting Jess and helping her to immortalise Hammy. His little pink thong was a little bit of a different project than my usual horror creations, but this, along with the fact that he was a beloved pet, made it even more special. And this is where I said Perth, so my mistake. She is originally from Perth. The story's out of Brighton. My mistake there. I thought this was out of Perth, Western Australia. Correction there for the start of the video. Jess, originally from Perth, Western Australia, revealed stripper Hammy to TikTok in a video which she received nearly 130,000 views, more than 19,000 likes and 500 comments. Nice. One TikTok user said, I was not prepared for the stripper taxidermy hamster. Shocked emoji, cry laughing emoji. Yeah, it was a little bit funny when I seen that. And then another comment said, what in the world? Cry laughing emojis. A third added, did she make your hamster's nail longer? Or did Hammy have a long set of nails already? To which another replied, he got a full set of acrylics. Now, I would go onto the TikTok, but I'm not on TikTok because, well, I think it's shit. So, enough said there. I don't even go on my X, so I've got Twitter. I hardly ever go on that. But, with that being said, let's have a quick look at the time. So, we're only on 8 minutes. I've got another story here for you, coming out of Derbyshire over in the UK. This is on the Metro again. Same as the original story that I found the other one. A man abseils down a cliff to steal the rare falcon eggs to fund heroin addiction. So as you can see there, Christopher Weldon, all in his glory, caught on camera stealing falcon eggs, which, like, rare bird eggs are always on camera in this country because they're like protected species, endangered species and stuff. So how he thought he was going to get away with this, it's beyond me. How he did not know that there would have been cameras watching that nest, I do not know. I don't understand what he was thinking. But as you can see, he went on a little bit of a aviary theft here. So let's have a little dive into this before we end the video. So a father of two went to great lengths to fund his heroin addiction by abseiling down a quarry wall to steal rare Peregrine Falcon eggs. Peregrine Falcon is the fastest bird alive. I'm sure it's the fastest bird alive. Pretty certain it is. Christopher Weldon was caught on a hidden wildlife camera set up to monitor the nest. Just like I said. I've not read this story, so I'm reading this as I've seen it, because I've seen it when I was looking at the thong hamster one. I've seen this on the sign. I was like, oh my god, I'll do this as well. Why not? We'll do both. An adult bird guarding the nest can be heard desperately calling out in distress. But oh, I'm really sorry about that. That's the fire alarm being tested in my building. It's finished now, sorry about that. Calling out in distress, but the 34-year-old tree surgeon was not determined by its efforts to fend him off. He is seen reaching into the nest and removing the valuable eggs, which can even fetch thousands of pounds on the Middle Eastern avian market. So, a vast secure browser doing its job there. Not done its job in all these adverts here though. But they are popular with criminal collectors who build up an assortment of eggs from a variety of rare species. After placing the prized eggs in a bag and securing it over his shoulder, Weldon then calls out to an accomplice to help him scale back up Bolsover Moor Quarry in Derbyshire. Derbyshire, some of you might say, but it's Derbyshire. It is Derbyshire, it is pronounced like that, but it's Derbyshire where I am in the country. It depends on where you are in the UK. Like, some places don't say Worcestershire, they say Worcester. Or Worcestershire. Anyway, you're not here for a lesson in elocution. You're here to hear some mad stories. So he's speeding in there though. He then committed a number of thefts from different shops to pay for drugs. Now I would play this video, but I definitely would get copyright claimed on that, so I'm not going to. But if you do want to see it, go over to the Metro. As you can see, the metro.co.uk. It's a Liverpool paper. It's actually a free paper. You get them on our buses and you get them on our trains. I'm pretty certain it's the Metro. It might be the I. We get an I as well, well, as in the letter I. No, H-I. So it's just the I, but it's lowercase. So, So, after he went to steal some shops, there he is in all his glory, coming out of what is the cells, or is it court? So, he was jailed for 18 weeks for multiple offences, and that would have been him coming out of the cells, most likely, because of the bars. Don't quote me on that, though. It could be the court building, because in Warrington Magistrates Court, we do have cells underneath the court. It's an old Victorian fashion building, so it's got them, like, green tiles on the walls and stuff. It's as you can tell, I have been in trouble in the past once, so yeah, it's not a nice place to be, put it that way. But yes, in our magistrates court there is it does look a little bit like around the back, and that's what I gather that is. He's probably just been up in front of a judge after being arrested, remanded till the next day, up in front of the judge. The judge, his solicitor would talk on his behalf, unless he's stupid and don't want to get a solicitor, which I don't think you can actually do that in this country. I don't think you can do that in a criminal case. So his solicitor would have got him out on bail till he's back in court. But there he is. He's not actually being jailed there now. But he did get 18 weeks for multiple offences. Weldon from Martlock, Derbyshire, was jailed for 18 weeks after the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds, the RSPB, which is massive in this country. Like, massive. That is a massive. It's like the RSPCA, which helps other animals, but the RSPB just deal with birds. Nothing but birds. That's how bad it. That's how, like, protected them species were that he was trying to steal them eggs from. So yeah, not a lot of people would have been too impressed about this, I can tell you that for certain. So shared the footage with police officers who recognised him straight away. Obviously, it seems even the birds are not beyond your thieving grasps. District Judge Stephen Flint told Weldon at Southern Derbyshire Magistrates Court. So he was up against a magistrate. Now the magistrate court, I think, can only sentence you to a maximum of 2 years. Anything over 2 years and he would have been sent to the big house, it's called, which is Crown Court. Some of you might think it's prison, but if you say that to a solicitor, the solicitor will say you're going to the big house, and because he said that to me and I was like, what, prison? And he went, no, you're just going to Crown Court. It's because I had to be resentenced because I put my back up. Well, I'm not going into that, I'm not here for that. You may see them simply as eggs for profit, but this causes damage to the environment and it is a deplorable thing to do. In your state, hanging off anything, whether it's a quarry wall or a tree, is not the best thing to do, especially a quarry wall, Jesus. And by the looks of it, it's an open quarry, so like how they mine diamonds, like, you know, check out a diamond mine, it's a big massive hole in the ground. So that's what sort of quarry it would have been, and it would have probably been for this stone that's there. So Lynn Bickery, prosecuting, who is the prosecutor in For My American Friends, said the theft of the eggs took place at the quarry in Whaley Road, Whaley, on April the 3rd last year. She said the nest was being monitored by the RSPB, so even the RSPB were the ones monitoring the eggs. He had been placed a covert camera close by during a previous checkup to film the development of the unborn chicks. Just after 4 PM, the peregrines can be seen and heard alarm calling, with the female of the nest turning her head and looking upwards. So the male would have been up flying around, screaming, squawking, and the female would have then looked up. A green rope comes into view, and Mr. Weldon can be seen carrying a box and an insulating bag. He reaches into the nest 3 times, so he had an insulating bag, so these eggs were stolen for a certain person. These were stolen for someone, because he brought installation so the eggs wouldn't die. So these are theft for like an individual who's an aviary collector, you know, collects birds, rare bird species and stuff like that. So he reaches into the nest 3 times, put the eggs in the box in the insulating bag, and then he calls up pull to someone who is above him. The 2 peregrines can still be heard alarm calling and remained at the site until 12:10 the following day. That's 10 past 12 in the afternoon. The judge told Weldon, the father of 2, had worked as a tree surgeon, that his actions were deplorable. When police paid a visit to Weldon, addressed at the time in Lime Grove, Darley Dale, they found the ropes and spikes he used to carry out their grade. Miss Bickery told the court that Derbyshire is a hotspot for thefts of Peregrine Falcon eggs, and it's the 2nd worst county in England for the number of offences committed. Wow, I didn't know that. Weldon, now of Wheatley Gardens, 2 Dales, pleads guilty to charges of disturbing the nesting site of a protected bird, taking the eggs of a protected bird. He also admitted to 5 counts of shoplifting, 4 of which were committed in the first week of January this year at stores in the Matlock area. So he's been kind of busy, hasn't he? He's been a bit busy. He actually did that and he got sentenced already. Wow, so the judge was not messing about. If he's done all that within the first week of January and he's been sentenced already, and today's date is the 17th of January. Wow, the Crown Prosecution Service did not mess about with this guy. Claire James mitigating said her client was 2 young children aged 4 and 11. He is a qualified tree surgeon who used to work on the railways until he was sat following a positive alcohol and drug test, obviously. Jesus. She said he then worked for Chesterfield Town Council until losing his job when he lost his driving licence for drug driving in 2021. Miss James added, there is nothing I can say in relation to the offence in terms of mitigation. He abseiled down the cliff to get the eggs, and he said he can't give an explanation of why he did it himself. He was rattling and he needed heroin because he was absolutely dying. Everyone's seen Trainspotting. An RSPB, well, I'm not going to say anything else, but that's all you need to know. Everyone's seen Trainspotting. An RSPB spokesperson said, sadly no eggs or peregrines were recovered. Oh, that's a shame, that. Like I say, they are rare species in this country, the peregrine falcon. Highly, it's a really nice bird actually. I'm not a bird person myself, but it is a nice bird. I'm pretty certain. No, it's the kestrel. The kestrel is the fastest bird, sorry. It's the kestrel, not the peregrine falcon. Scratch what I said before, it's the kestrel. So, there's actually a good film called about a kestrel, about a little lad who has a kestrel. Good film, that. I remember watching that at school. It is considered likely that the eggs were destined to be laundered by being artificially incubated, and when hatched, the chicks passed off as legal captive reared birds. And then blah blah blah. But before we do end it, there's another one here off the. Is this the BBC? It is the BBC, the British Broadcasting Company. Well, as you can see, it's pretty much the same stuff. I won't go into this fully because the BBC will copyright claim me, because this is what they like. But as you can see, the BBC have also got an article pretty much all the same. A few more pictures is mostly the main reason why I've gone on this site, so as you can see there. And then there's a little few articles down here about the Peregrine Falcon and stuff, and like there, that one there, 2 eggs laid by Cathedral Peregrine after years of heartbreak. So someone's obviously been going to steal them eggs for years. And then another one, clutch of falcon eggs all hatched. So like this is like there's like, well, the RSPB say it's the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds. So the Crown, the King. So yeah, bit of a mental story there. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Not as good or bizarre as the person throwing poo, the YouTuber throwing poo over a train, but I've seen that the videos I got, the last video on that got loads of support, and I'm appreciative of everybody who's come along and subscribed to the channel. Welcome to the community. It means so much to me. I really do mean that from the bottom of my heart. Without you guys, the channel's absolutely nothing. Like, I really do mean that. And you give me the drive and the motivation and ambition to continue on doing these videos and knocking videos out for you guys. And thank you so much for coming along and spending just a little bit of your day watching little old me. I really do appreciate that. Like, I can't say in words how much I'm appreciative that you came along and watched boring little old me just for 10 minutes. So how long's this video now? It's coming up to 20 minutes. So Thanks for coming along and watching this video, guys. I hope you did like it. If you did, please go down there, smash that like button. I really do appreciate it. And if you want to be an absolute legend, please hit that subscribe button as well. It really does help me out here at the channel. Anything helps me out. If you didn't like the video, go down there, smash that down button. That helps me out. Everything. Engagement really does help me out. And again, thanks for coming along and watching the video. I hope you all have a fantastic remainder of your day. And as always, guys, I shall see you all on the battlefield. And eyes up, Guardian. This is Viper, signing out.